I see her rolling up over black Cadillac heel boots, and the Motorland Aragon circuit witnessed the birth of a major story today. Yamaha didn't come simply to gather data or conduct routine testing. They came with hope, ambition, and the most daring project in their modern history. Amidst the increasingly oppressive dominance of European manufacturers, Yamaha chose to go against the grain by introducing a revolutionary V4 engine, the result of years of work by Iwatara engineers, now finally being tested in the hands of a rider known for his extreme late braking. As soon as Toprack pulled out of the pit lane, the atmosphere changed. The sound of the Yamaha V4 engine was rougher, more powerful, and every time Toprack braked before a corner, the stands held their breath. The way he stopped the bike was completely out of MotoGP practice. The front tire seemed to be about to give way, the bike swayed, but somehow everything remained under complete control. This is Toprack Resigla's trademark style. An aggressive, almost brutal style, yet always measured. The extreme late braking that had been his weapon in World Superbike was now being brought directly to MotoGP, and the result, the paddock was stunned. Several MotoGP riders watching from behind the garages were whispering to each other, unable to believe what they were seeing. The Yamaha crew chief, who has worked with Toprack for a long time, simply smiled. He knew exactly what was happening. According to him, Toprack's feeling for the front tire was on a different level than most other riders. The front brake was pressed very aggressively at the start. Then everything transformed into perfect control. It was a rare ability, transforming chaos into beauty on a motorcycle. However, this test was not without its challenges. Yamaha realized there was still significant work to be done, especially in finding the balance between the rear end of the bike and the engine braking characteristics that suited Toprack's riding style. MotoGP demands a high level of precision, and the slightest mistake could be fatal. But this challenge was precisely what Toprack had sought from the start. For Toprack Resigla, this wasn't just a test. It was a gateway to a new chapter in his life. From the Superbike world, he had conquered to the highest stage of world motorcycle racing, full of risk and pressure. He came not only with speed, but also the courage to change and learn from scratch. Former MotoGP racer Andrea Dovizioso also shared his views. According to him, Toprack had all the ingredients to succeed in MotoGP. However, the biggest challenge wasn't speed, but adaptability. MotoGP isn't just about the fastest bike, but also about how quickly a rider can understand the characteristics of the engine, tires, electronics, and the vastly different racing rhythms. And here's the full news. The MotoGP world was once again stunned, not by the official lap times, not by the race results, but by an unusual sight at the Motorland Aragon track. The Yamaha V4 finally emerged from behind the curtain, and the moment instantly captured the global spotlight as one name appeared on the bike. Toprack Resigla. Within minutes, the paddock, usually bustling with technical routine, suddenly became a hub of whispers, curious stares, and expressions of disbelief. Since morning, the atmosphere in Aragon had been different. Yamaha arrived with a quiet but confident demeanor. There were no celebrations, no exaggerated claims, but everyone knew this test was no ordinary test. It was Yamaha's boldest move in a decade. Amidst the dominance of Ducati, KTM, and Arilia, the Japanese manufacturer had finally decided to step out of its comfort zone and introduce the V4 engine, which had only been rumored for so long. As Toprack slid out of pit lane, the sound of the Yamaha V4 immediately shattered the silence. Its character was different, fiercer, more compact, and with every step of the throttle, the bike seemed to reveal Yamaha's new identity. But what truly captivated everyone wasn't the sound, but the way Toprack rode. In every tough corner, Toprack did something rarely seen in modern MotoGP. He delayed braking until the very end, extreme late braking, the front tire screamed, the bike looked like it was about to lose balance. And in a split second, everyone thought he was going to go wide or crash. But no, Toprack always exited the corner cleanly, precisely, and maintained his speed. This was a moment that left the MotoGP paddock stunned. Several riders watching from the data monitors were shaking their heads. This wasn't typical MotoGP style. This was the raw, aggressive, and instinctive style of World Superbike, translated directly into the world's most complex prototype bike. For Yamaha, this scene was both thrilling and promising. The Yamaha V4 was a major project born of long disappointment. For years, they had lagged behind on the straights, struggled with acceleration, and relied too heavily on the subtlety of Fabio Corderero's style. Now, with the V4, Yamaha wanted to start over. This machine wasn't just about power, it was also about a new racing philosophy, and Toprack wasn't chosen without reason. He is the rider with the best front tire control in the world. Something that is crucial in the modern MotoGP era where braking is the primary weapon. Yamaha's crew chief, who has known Toprack for a long time, said his feeling for the front tire is at a level rarely seen by other riders. The front brake is pressed hard at the start, and then Toprack seems to be playing with the limits of grip, dancing between control and chaos. But this test also revealed an unavoidable reality. MotoGP is not Superbike. Yamaha still has to find the perfect balance, especially at the rear of the bike. Engine braking, traction when exiting corners, and stability when changing direction remain major challenges, and Toprack himself is aware of this. He doesn't come with the illusion that everything will be easy right away. For Toprack Resigla, this is the biggest leap of faith of his career. He is leaving his comfort zone, leaving the team that nurtured him, and leaving behind his status as the king of superbikes. From the more free streets of Superbike, he is now entering the world of MotoGP, filled with the pressures of politics, technology, and global expectations. Andrea Dovizioso, a former MotoGP racer who understands the rigors of this world, offers an honest perspective. According to him, Toprack's speed is unquestionable. However, MotoGP demands more than just courage and talent. MotoGP is about quick adaptation, an open mind, and the ability to change styles without losing one's identity. Toprack is now 29 years old, a mature age, but also a crucial one. MotoGP waits for no one. Young riders are coming in with aggression, and technology continues to advance relentlessly. However, Toprack sees this as the biggest proving ground of his life. It's not about titles, but about proving that true racing style still has a place in the era of electronics and extreme aerodynamics. The world of MotoGP is truly on the verge of major change. A name that has for years been synonymous with extreme stunts, insane braking, and uncompromising courage has now officially stepped into the most ruthless arena in motorcycle racing. Toprack Resigla is finally embarking on his greatest adventure yet. In a frank and meaningful statement, Toprack emphatically stated that MotoGP is a completely different world than Superbike. Everything is far more difficult, far more complex, and far more demanding both physically and mentally. He even admitted that next season will be a very tough year. However, that statement wasn't a sign of hesitation. Quite the opposite. It was a statement of a true champion's readiness to face the biggest challenge of his life. And today, all those words began to be proven on the track. Toprack Resigla was seen directly in the Yamaha MotoGP paddock, standing alongside Fabio Corderero, testing the Yamaha YZRM1 V4 during a series of crucial tests in Valencia and Aragon. His presence immediately sparked a huge commotion. Cameras were on him, the paddock was whispering, the international media was reacting because this was no ordinary test. This was the first sign of a major project that Yamaha was seriously preparing. The optimism within Yamaha was very strong. In fact, a statement from Yamaha's top management surprised many. They called Toprack a rider with the potential to rival big names like Marc Marquez. It was a bold, almost provocative statement, but not without reason. Yamaha saw something different in this Turkish rider. A new era had officially begun. Toprack Resigla, three-time World Superbike Champion, is now ending his golden Superbike career and opening a new chapter in MotoGP. The 2026 season will be a historic one as he joins the Prima Pramac Yamaha satellite team, riding the latest generation Yamaha YZRM1 with a V4 engine configuration, a machine touted as Yamaha's last hope of recovering from a long slump. This decision was not a safe move, it was a major gamble. While many riders were choosing to leave Yamaha due to inconsistent performance, Toprack stepped in with complete confidence. He didn't come for the promise of instant victory, but because of his belief in a long-term project. Yamaha was indeed in its most difficult phase. Ducati's dominance was pressing. KTM and Arilia continued to develop aggressively. Even Fabio Corderero, Yamaha's current icon, openly voiced his disappointment with the bike's performance. But amidst this difficult situation, Toprack saw an opportunity. "I'm not worried," Toprack said calmly but confidently. "The Yamaha people believe in me. We're constantly discussing it, and they're working very hard. The bike may not be perfect now, but I'm sure Yamaha will be as strong as ever." That confidence was born from a long journey. Toprack is no ordinary rider. He is a symbol of courage, loyalty, and pure racing character. He is the most successful Yamaha rider in World Superbike history. He is known for his aggressive riding style, extreme braking, and incredible sliding in corners, yet still maintaining precision and control. A style often called impossible until he proved it himself on the track. Now that style is being tested in MotoGP, an arena that leaves no room for even the slightest error. I see her rolling up over black Cadillac. High heel boots and a sexy body full of D. Baby's bad. Oh baby, after her there ain't no coming back. Want to take a run back. I think she's feeling me. Turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh God, she's such a tease, lip bruise knees. I'm addicted to her need, touching me, 'cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing.